Well, good Thursday afternoon to you. It's Dan. I want to welcome y'all to my home in the sticks. Hope everybody's having a sure enough good Thursday. What I'd like to make mention of, if you're new to the Home in the Sticks channel, I sure enough want to welcome you. And if you returning just to see what I got going on over here, thank y'all for coming back. But what I wanted to share with you and y'all today is I had an epic failure here on the home place. Give me a second, we finna walk over yonder. I'm gonna show you, and that's what we finna do. This is my epic failure that I had here at my home place, and it is truly, in my opinion, an epic failure. This is one of my chicken waterers. I actually have two of these guys set up, well, I did have two of these guys set up in my chicken coop. I try to keep roughly 10 gallons of water in my chicken coop at all times. And as you can see, it failed. All right, Dan, how did this thing fail? Well, last week, well, a few days ago, we had some really cold temps over here at my home in the sticks. I want to say the coldest day on record was, I want to say Monday. We got down to about 18 degrees, and it lasted for quite a while, several hours, almost a day. Well, this water had probably about that much water inside this 5-gallon bucket, and the bucket froze over. And of course, chickens being chickens, they jumped up on top of that 5-gallon container, that 5-gallon water, and knocked it over, and it actually cracked right there. So when I walked in the coop that morning, this is what I found. What we got to do is I got to rectify the situation over here. I'm going to clean up these parts right here, and this is bulkhead fitting. And this is what goes in there like that. Well, this way, that screws in, and that's what's actually inside this thing right here. And of course, here's the waterer. And all of this is plumbed in 3/4 inch PVC. And this is schedule 40, thick wall stuff. So I'm gonna get all of this stuff cleaned up. And when I do, get after fixing up another 5-gallon water for the chickens. So give me a second, I'll be right back. We'll turn this camera on. Here are all of our pieces to make this water, and as you can see, I've cleaned them off real good. Dan, why are you using a red bucket? Well, your darker colored buckets deter algae buildup. Dan, when you showed us this stuff right here, there was like a whole bunch of algae that was built up in all these pieces. There might be still some on there. I scrubbed them real good with hot water and a little bit of Clorox. I think I did a good job. There you go right there. You probably see a little bit of algae right there. What had happened was I actually had a friend of my mother's actually came over to the house, and he wanted to look at these chicken waterers because he actually wanted to make one for his chickens. What he did was he opened this guy up just to look inside to see what the plumbing looked like, and he didn't put the top back on the waterer. Needless to say, all day, several days probably, the water heated up and algae, the sunlight shone down inside of the container of the 5-gallon bucket, and algae started building up. What are we going to do next? Well, we need to put us a hole in the bottom of this 5-gallon bucket to accept that bulkhead fitting. Let me get set up, and that's what we finna do right now. What I have here is just 1.5 inch hole saw, and what I'm going to do is I am going to probably start maybe right about here. I'm actually going to run this guy forward first just to get that bit started, and I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to run this drill in reverse. Running the hole saw in reverse helps with the plastic, tearing the plastic, which is what we don't want to do. So let's get with it. All right. Houston, we have landed. Here's our hole. Now what we also want to do is we want to get all of these burrs off of this hole, because we actually want that bulkhead fitting to seal good. So So I'll just take my knife and run it around this hole that I just did and get all of these burrs off. We'll look on the inside, and I think we're good on the inside as well. This bulkhead fitting actually is a reverse screw. You turn it counterclockwise, it screws in. You turn it clockwise, it comes off. So what we want to do is, we're going to set this guy in the hole. Hope y'all can see that. And on the inside, we're going to put in our flange, if it's called a flange, if you can see that. And here's our other piece. We're gonna screw that on. Probably can't see what I'm doing, but once I get it done, I will show you. That's what it looks like. We have our bulkhead fitting, a bushing, which is kind of like a, I don't know what it's made out of, but it's a soft material. So we have that bushing, and on the inside, we have a plastic washer, and then the nut. What we need to do now is, here is the pipe that actually accepts the water. I can't see that, but I'm gonna put it in here. It's starting to get dark, y'all. There we go. So I think y'all get the gist of what's happening here. The water, once it drops below that pipe, chickens get no more water, so we have to fill it up. So let's get the rest of it put together. For this part, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to take some plumber's tape, and we are going to wrap some plumber's tape around this guy right here. Thing to remember on the plumber's tape, whichever direction that you are screwing, you go the opposite direction, if I'm not mistaken. This guy screws in this way, we're going to wrap it up the opposite way. So here we go. Let's get us a couple of wraps on here. You really don't need much. If you're wondering, these are just watering nipples that I got from Tractor Supply. I think it's 11/32, and these guys just screw in. But all they are is just chicken watering nipples. Let's get this guy screwed on. That's what she's looking like. The only thing left to do is just to see if old Dan did this correctly. I probably forgot to mention that 5-gallon watering bucket over there, that bucket's 7 years old and it just failed. So these things work. But the only thing we got left to do is let's fill it up and give it a leak test. I don't know if you can see this. The water is above the pipe. I don't see any leaking going on. Let's see. Let's give these guys a try. Okay. That's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Success. Oops. Got some water on the lens. So here is our new 5-gallon chicken waterer. Not leaking. Everything looks to be holding. So we're good to go. Y'all, I wanted to take you along on how I built this this chicken waterer. I try to look up the parts and put them down in the description below, just in case you may want to build a chicken waterer such as this. I like them. 5 gallons of water, 10 gallons of water will last my hens a long time, and I like to just keep fresh water on them all the time. But this is just a real inexpensive way to build you a waterer that will last a long time. 7 years on the first one that I built. Again, y'all, I hope everybody is having a show enough good Thursday and a safe Thursday. If you like this video, go on and give it a thumbs up. They help. If you haven't subscribed to the Home and Sticks channel, Lord of mercy, y'all need to come on over and give me a look, because I'm always doing stuff. Really. And with that being said, you know it's coming. Dan Referee sure enough always gonna say it. Don't let nobody dull your shine. And I mean nobody. you sure enough get your shine on. It's that important. And Dan will see you and y'all in the next video.